other logistics we are trying to put together. And we're going to start the 11th of August 2026. And I have here Reverend Father Bishop Fodile, who will be largely on the discussion as usual. Father, good evening, welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Crown Prince.
I like to travel.
Yes, I'm back.
You look very ready.
Refreshed.
Fresh.
Thank you. I did good evening.
Good evening. Welcome, Father.
Good evening to our esteemed listeners. Welcome again to Christian Faith and New Paganism, coming to you from Mama Radio 94.5 FM. My name is Reverend Father Ambrose of Adela, and this evening we shall be discussing a very important topic. On August 8, 2026, history, faith, art, and culture came together in a powerful way at Jubilee Hall, Holy Ghost Cathedral, the Maria Art Symposium and Solar Exhibition themed inculturated art festivals in here for culturated co-well-being and evangelization, culminated in the grand unveiling and blessing of the statue of Our Lady Queen of Nigeria, Regina Nigeria, hosted by Most Reverend Dr. Callistus Anaga of Enugu Diocese in partnership with Regina Cultura and the Global Center for Advanced Studies. The event brought together clergy, religious, scholars, artists, and cultural groups from across Nigeria. Archbishop Fortunatus delivered the keynote while the sculptor, Sister Mary Lucy Okuowulu of the Doctors of Mary, Mother of Mercy, shared the 2-year journey that bettered the image. What followed was a solemn mass, scholarly papers, and vibrant cultural performances from Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba traditions, all pointing to one central message: that sacred art can evangelize, the Nigerian culture can speak the gospel, and Our Lady can be a model symbol of unity for a diverse nation. Joining us now to reflect on this historic moment, we have Sister Mary Lucy Okuowulu, DMMM, Daughters of Mary, Mother of Mercy. She is a Nigerian religious sister and of the congregation of DMM, Daughters of Mary, Mother of Mercy congregation. She is a sculptor, she is a researcher, an exhibiting artist known for her work in cultivated sacred art, particularly Marian imaging that blends Catholic devotion with Nigerian cultural expressions. Sister, you're welcome to the
Thank you very much.
And the program of yesterday was on Saturday, and we want to welcome you in a very special way this week, Urban Radio this evening. I don't know, she's supposed to have a bell. Crown Prince.
I was watching you because I went
so for coming to the studio.
And I'm not giving her the bell. I'm giving that big bell to the celebration, to the bishop and the church entirely. Sister, this for the church.
Okay.
And then
Thank
also
you.
from you give a first timer.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Sister Lucy developed the concept and created the statue of Our Lady Queen of Nigeria. This work emerged over roughly 2 years of dialogue, reflection, and collaboration with Archbishop Fortunatus Anaga, the Secretary of the Dicastery for Evangelization in the Vatican, and then our Bishop, Most Reverend CVC Onaga. The statue was the centerpiece of the Maria Art Symposium and Solar Exhibition on Saturday, held on Saturday at the Holy Ghost Cathedral. Their sister presented the creative and spiritual journey behind the piece. The work aims to offer Nigerian Catholics a Marian image that speaks to national identity, history, and aspirations, while remaining rooted in universal Catholic tradition. That's a wonderful one, sister. We want to actually know what happened.
Okay.
What's, led to your interest in art? As a religious, you are an artist, you are a researcher. How do you combine these things in one?
Actually, from birth, I would say I'm an artist. From birth, I'm not a talented. So during this is my 20 years as a religious.
Wonderful.
And
That's a
I've
bell
been-
too.
So I've been practicing art, and because of that, I was sent to Florence to study in Florence, American University of Florence, Italy,
Okay.
for me to upgrade with my knowledge. And so I had my undergraduate in cultural studies and fine arts in the school. after which I majored in visual media as my master's. So what led me to that is the course of my studies, I got to know what it is, the importance of value of one's culture. So during the course of the studies, we are able to visit some museums like the Vatican Museum and Sistine Chapel. So I saw many artworks there, and I was interested. But just that some of the arts I saw were depicted, they were in European features. They were Eurocentric. So I said no, that we need to have our own arts depicted in our cultural identity. So that was what led me to this very art I created in our cultural identity.
So one of the wonderful exhibitions on Saturday was Our Lady Queen of Nigeria dressed in a Nigerian attire, but then having the features of an European. Could you explain that?
I will start from explaining that as I was sent on a mission in Pan, Italy, I had the knowledge of an artist who sculpted a Madonna called Madonna del Bosco, an image of Virgin Mary, and placed on a tree. So a shepherdess went to the bush and discovered the image. From there, history had it that Mary started interceding for the people of the community, and she was recognized in the church, and people began praying and seeking for her intercession, and she really helped out, especially during the time of COVID. And in one of the statues there in the church, I was called by the mayor to restore it, and they made emphasis on putting the earring because she was representing the cultural identity of the people of Pan. So they emphasized that I should pay attention to the earring, so which I already done, and she kept interceding. So I began to ask myself, since this image of Mary depicted in their cultural identity is able to intervene in the city, why won't my making of Mary, that will be titled Our Lady Queen of Nigeria, intercede for our country, Nigeria, because of the situation we are facing? Actually, as a religious, I always meditate. I combine meditation and what we call artist dates in the morning. My morning meditation, I combine it with what we call artist dates.
Tell us about that.
And the artist date is a program artists do by meditating or walking around, thinking of a solution to a particular problem, because art heals. Thinking of a solution of a particular problem that burdens you. So the particular problem I feel that is bothering me that time was that of the situation in our country, Nigeria, especially that of disunity and diversity. Knowing that our country, Nigeria, is comprising of over 250 ethnic groups, and I think
More.
there is diversity, there is disunity in the diversity. So I said no, that we really need a mother figure that will help to curtail this. Like I mentioned before, I said, okay, if you really need a mother figure, all the mother figures I've been seeing has been white in color. I said no, even Mary as a Jewish is not even white in color. They only represent her in Europe, as I saw in Italy, as a white woman within their own cultural identity. I said no, let me create our own Mary that looks like us, so that we'll feel that connection. like the way she is connected with the Europeans. So that was what led me to that. I began to think, and that is part of the artist date. So I began to act it out in a therapeutic way. First of all, I began by drawing oil on a canvas, hearts gathered together. I had to burn it with a matches, depicting love burning, unity burning, and other cultural integration fading away. After which I kept meditating before my research on the intersection of culture, religion, and technology in reinterpreting Mayan iconography within Nigerian cultural identity. I embarked on a research. I used qualitative method of interview, the art base. The first art base was the image I painted and burnt. Then I used that of focus group of gathering people from different ethnic groups in Nigeria. So I interviewed some bishops, some artists, and some fashion designers. Then after that one, I created a Mary, a Nigerian Mary, but she was a bit fair in color. So I created her, making her to wear our cultural attire. Happily, I continued to do the art-based research by taking the pictures of what I already created to Archbishop Fortunatus Nwachukwu, who is the Secretary of Propaganda Fidel in Vatican, Rome. I told her to tell me his initial reaction about the images. He told me no, that this is a white Chinese that I created, putting on an African fabric attire. That even that Mary, being a Jewish, that she's not even as white as this, that I should try to portray her to be within our cultural identity. So I went back to recreate her. He gave me the color palette of cappuccino color. I went back and reconstructed her to be within our color. But I know that she is fair. The one I exhibited is fair. I had a reason for making her to be fair. But because of my research, I had to interact and to observe and with other critical thinking. I got to know that some Nigerians are equally fair. And this notion of people seeing black as evil, white as pure, I said, let me be in between black and white. Let her not be too dark as dark Madonna, and let her not be too white as a celestial being. Let her be within our own cultural identity. So, and during the course of that, Fortunatus gave me an inspiration of that of Guadalupe. He told me that the vision of Isaiah, quoting Isaiah chapter 1, verse 6 to 8, talking about the vision of Isaiah of seeing a heavenly being, of 6 wings, 2 covering the face, 2 down part and flying with 2, indicating that no one can dictate the gender or the color of the heavenly being. Likewise, as Mary is in heaven now, that we cannot dictate her gender or color, but that whenever she wants to visit her people in a particular country, that she assumes the nature and the color of the people of the country to visit, to ensure that connection and that cultural integration. And that I should use the inspiration of that of Guadalupe, where the artist painted her like a mystical woman with other cultural, integrating other cultural motifs. So that was the reason I decided to make her to be within Nigerian cultural identity and color.
Yeah, a few things that you did mention of, sister. Thank you very much for this one. Let us start with the fact that you said that art heals.
Yes, during the course of a particular course in the school that called art therapy, their thoughts on how art flows. For instance, if I approach someone and tell someone take this, begin to draw, the person, like, first day, from what the person draws, I will be able to dictate the state of the mind of the person. For instance, someone can begin to draw the faces of a masquerade or some painting something. I might call someone and say, okay, I will bring different colors of markers. I say choose one and draw. You might choose black and begin to draw circle or something like a demon or a bad figure. Then interacting with the person, you will now get to know that he is battling over one emotional problem or the other. As time goes on, as you continue to advise the person and follow the person up, you get to know that on the 3rd week or 4th week, you might begin to draw with a pink color. Now, being in a state of trouble or worrying about one thing or the other, I only try to get help through through creating one art or the other, and after which I will showcase and communicate. From the communication and showcasing it, I will get people's reaction and feedback. I think it heals me and it can heal some people around by making a particular figure and showcasing it and having discussion about it, or I might do it on my own and keep practicing it. Sometimes if I'm sorrowful, there was a particular an artwork I created. I called the work Speechless. That was the first art I created when I was thinking about the situation of my country, Nigeria. Like a woman figure with different colors in the body, but carrying the map of Nigeria and putting zip to zip the mouth as Speechless. It has many interpretations, but from the artwork, as time goes on, I was able to be healed somehow about the situation in our country, Nigeria, before I switched into that of making Mary as the second step.
All right. So, aside from arts, let us come to theology and faith. So many people are listening to you now, and some are Catholics, some are non-Catholics, some are even atheists. And when you say you created, it means you have molded, you have technically built something, from the scratch. And you know the processes of getting these things. You already know the materials. Now, people will ask you, now that you have been able to create these things, how do you feel when people come before the statue and honor the statue after you must have created it?
I feel so happy because I think...
And what does it mean to you?
It means that one can encounter the spiritual being, God. For instance, I may sculpt an image of Virgin Mary. I think the image is something invisible that is being seen visibly, representing Mary. Looking at the image, I will now know, look at this, representing Mary, and I'm praying to God through this image, because she will make me to recollect and say, look at how she is. For instance, this Mary I created, I sculpted, is taking me to that of the marriage feast in Cana, John chapter 2. Mary is carrying Jesus Christ, actually, from my sculptural work. Jesus Christ holding a scroll, written Luke 4, verse 18. Jesus Christ pointing at Mary. Mary brought Jesus. That's what the image is depicting now. Brought Jesus, and Jesus is telling us, look at this scroll. Meeting, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has sent me to bring good news to the poor, to set the captives free, and to declare the year of God's favor. Pointing at Mary as the beacon of peace and unity, as a mother figure that intercedes the way she interceded in John chapter 2. at the marriage feast in Cana. When she made it possible for Jesus to turn water into wine, even when the time has not reached. So now, as I'm looking at this image, it's bringing Mary to visibility, knowing that the fact that she is in heaven, I am seeing her through this image or symbol. But I am praying that she will equally intercede the way she interceded during the marriage feast in Kenya.
So, like people are listening to you, there must have been something that has happened in your life through the intercession of the Blessed Virgin Mary. And you may have encountered one miracle or the other. And use this medium to talk to us about the place of the Blessed Virgin Mary in the economy of salvation.
I think I cannot pray without beckoning on intercession of Blessed Virgin Mary. She started, she's the mother of God. And this God is incarnated through the word incarnate, Jesus Christ. You're able to know, look at the image, because Jesus Christ is the image of the invisible God actually. So I know that I'm talking to God. And Virgin Mary gave birth to Jesus Christ, who is God already. And whenever I want to pray to God, I remember the incident of that of Cana, of John chapter 2. I will say, since Mary interceded even when the time has not come, why won't I tell her to intercede for me? And I've been praying through that medium and it has been working. And generally, she is a mother and she's a universal mother. When my dad was alive and I need money from him, I will go to my mom and say, Mommy, tell Daddy I need to son. So she knows how to talk to him as a mother. Likewise, other things I need, I go to her and she will know how to solve the problem with in her own ways. Yes, and her wisdom as a mother.
We are privileged to have in this studio very Reverend Father Anthony Anek, who is the Director of Communications. And Father, we are privileged that you are also seated close to Sister to give her a moral encouragement in this exercise. I want to thank you also for your role on Saturday, in making sure that this program, came to limelight. Now, I want you to say something, concerning what you've experienced on Saturday. How can we advance the work of evangelization using the system as Mary, of Nigeria, she depicted in that wonderful piece on Saturday?
Thank you so much for that, Bruce. Thank you so much for foundation and the people. Thank you so much, Lisa. I'm happy that you can talk about this.
Yes.
He
was present on Saturday.
Saturday was very well explained. This was just therapy that I used. I was not a person of that. Archbishop Sokodachi, who inspired me some of them. And Sister Apple directed the story very well. How Archbishop Sokodachi actually through her interactions with him and then came with that perfect image. What actually possibly that very day is that Mary is a celestial being now, okay, and we cannot represent her being right now. It's a spiritual being. But then what also taught me is that whenever Mary, in all Mary's apparition, Mary will always come to the particular tribe, all the apparitions of Mary will always appear in the very particular cultural context of a particular people. That represents of Mary. For instance, our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico, she came as a young woman, a kind of woman, in the very demure of the particular cultural tribe. And also as Fatima too. So, what it means, this it is very significant to this program. Why? Because we are talking about faith and paganism. And the emphasis for this program is that Christianity didn't just come to dissuade a particular culture.
Christianity immense itself in a particular culture to baptize the culture, to transform the culture. So when Mary wants to come in any culture through any apparition, Mary comes within the context of the culture so that the people will have an understanding. But when Mary came to Fatima, he even spoke Portuguese so that these little children could also understand. Okay? So, you see how God appreciates the particular culture. So, when Archbishop Fortunatus was talking on Saturday, he said that people like expecting that Our Lady of Tangier, of course, which she's talking about, to be a very black woman, a very robust woman with a curvy shape and other things. No, we can't actually describe Mary as such. But the fact is that she's beautiful. When you come to Africa, yes, the general notion of Africa is that we are black. But we have white men in Africa. We have black women in Africa. We have different colors now. So the thing is that Africa is beautiful. And that is the main intention behind that very image. The image which I molded was a very beautiful woman, with a very beautiful heart, with a very handsome baby. So the thing is that it is just a celebration of the beauty, not just a physical beauty, but a spiritual beauty, a woman that has the heart of mankind, a woman who intercedes, a woman who understands us in a very particular culture. Saturday event was so explosive. We have the Hausas, we have the Yorubas, we have people from different tribes in Nigeria, Catholics, Christians. We are all celebrating our oneness because this woman is not interested in the tribe you are from. He unites every tribe, and that is what I think Nigeria makes at a particular moment.
So, Father Tony, let me preempt some of the questions that our callers may ask. They will ask you are dissuading us from worshiping idols. And we have seen the sister molding the statue, from the raw materials around, and then she was able to, and at the end, you're able to bow down and say, intercede for us. Does it not look like idolatry?
Actually, the Bible condemns idolatry. Christianity condemns idolatry. What is idolatry? That is the very prostitution. Treating an image, an object, a created object, like a god, or worshiping an image as a god. That will say practically, when it goes to Exodus, somebody will say, Exodus chapter 20, do not make an image, a great graven image in heaven, on the earth, under the earth, and all that and all that. At the same time, goes further to say, you're going to have to say, do not worship this image, as if to say, it is a god. When you go even further to Exodus chapter 25, you see that when God commanded even Moses to make an image of two cherubim,
The graven image.
no, we're still coming to that. Graven image to be placed on the Ark of the Covenant before making the image of the golden serpent in Numbers, so to say. And you realize even in Second Kings, that brazen image of the serpent was like a worship and an idol, and it was not destroyed by King Hezekiah. So the issue is not about making of the image. The issue is about worshiping this image as God, giving this worship that only God deserves to this brazen image, and that is the issue we have with, of course, the Pentecostal and other Supreme brothers. So the main point of this whole making of, the Bible is not against making this image. The Bible is against how we treat this image, how we worship image, what kind of worship are we giving.
Can we make a difference between reverence and worship? When we come to
when we come within the canon that we have three particular kinds of worship.
respect, reverence.
We have we give God what we call
Worship.
natural worship. Only God deserves that. That is why in every song, when I make an HQ, for God for who it is. Nobody, no creator shares that what it is God. Because God is the creator. God is the redeemer. And then we have Virginia. Virginia is the kind of reverence, the veneration we give to the saints. And then, of course, the angels. Of course, the saints themselves, what they are, it is God who made them what they are. What they have, what we able to do with us. And then we talk about the hyperdelia, the one we give to understand what I'm doing. Okay, so the fact is that we cannot worship the sense. We cannot honor the saints. You cannot even honor a blessed Mother Mary more than God Himself has also.
On that note, I want to hold you on that. We cannot give her the reverence
At all, we cannot do that.
more than God,
Yeah, sure.
who has already, allowed her to be the mother of
The
Jesus
mother of
Christ,
Jesus Christ.
who is God. Thank you very much for that wonderful input, Father Tony. Sister, let me come back to you. When you look at what you've done, do you feel you have inspired some artists to delve into, sacred images, or even to some artists to begin to think about, sacred arts with what you have done?
I think I have done that because after the first one, I saw an artist that made another one and called it Jesus of Nigeria.
Okay.
So I think that's an inspiration.
That's a good one.
Yes.
That's a good one. Yeah. Okay. So let us look at the responses you have had so far in the past. Having done this, what you are supposed to be open to some people's input, feedback from people. What has it been so far?
Yes, I'm always flexible to that. But the first one I got was that the first mail I made was a bit darker. Someone told me that she still wants the white snail. That was what she told me. So I told her of my experience when I traveled to Senegal. They have already incorporated their own nail within their own color and other aspects. But when I was there, I couldn't even pray before the image because I said, this is devil, this is not the Mary. I'll just take my prayer books and go back. I won't even pray before.
Do you think they will feel the
admire
same
her.
way when they come to see what you've done?
I don't know, but I don't know, but I couldn't do that till I was able to be informed by traveling to the Western world
Okay.
and study these cultural studies and fine arts. So that was what I told that sister, that she needs to be informed and to travel. Then the other feedback I got was that of Mother of Nigeria I made. There's no historical background of the apparition. Then why wouldn't there be historical apparition before making it? So I told the person that told me that where I presented her in Our Lady of Perpetual Help Pilgrimage Center. So I told the person that you came to this pilgrimage center that day, that Our Lady of Perpetual Help, there's no historical background of apparition, that she was painted by an artist before miracle began to happen. So likewise Mary, and I actually gave the example of Madonna de Bosco, my encounter in Cannes, Italy.
So are there other Marian or sacred objects you're currently developing or doing to create?
Yes, I'm thinking of making her bigger.
Okay.
That's
So
a 50-foot image that will attract pilgrims. Now, not within Nigeria ethnic group, but all races.
Okay. So if you're just joining us, it has been a wonderful discussion with Sister Mary Lucy Okuowulu, Daughters of Mary, Mother of Mercy. She's a Nigerian religious. She's a sculptor, a researcher, and an exhibiting artist known for her work in inculturated sacred art. And she developed the concept and created the statue of Our Lady, Queen of Nigeria. And it has been a wonderful discussion just on Saturday, August 8th. And her Marian exhibition drew people of all races, the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Hausas, even the Fulanis, I am sure.
Yes, even a Filipino attended too.
So thank you so much for your expositions. I shall now hand over to Crown Prince to lead us to receive our callers and then to hear what they have to say.
Before I move to, I like the callers. I have my own question. Just keep it there. Sister, I want to say congratulations for your innovation. If I use that word, if I'm wrong. Let me ask this question: Do you artists, do you visualize before creating, or do you get inspired by the spirit? How do the two go together?
Yes, after every meditation, I envision something that will solve a particular need that has been bothering. I pray more and meditate. I always pray my rosary, which is a meditative prayer that will make me to be calm in a serene environment. And as I'm praying, I get more inspirations on how to begin. And as in the course of the sculpting, through prayer again, I will know if I'm really getting it right or wrong. So I think I move out from every distractions through prayers and be inspired more and get more vision to create.
Thank you, sister. That's what we're calling the book when you are working.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, my sister is on 59.45. You take the questions because this is interactive. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Always. I'm glad it is coming out of Nigeria. A very long time ago, I picked up an artifact in Kenya made by James Ngwigi, Black Mother Mary. As they have it, what happened was that there was fire, that was born, and that small artifact did not burn. But having said all that, Mother Mary, here in my village, we call her Nomu Kainakwa. And originally we are Catholics before the new churches started coming up. Of course, the traditionalists are there. There was a scarf sent to me from Taiwan, with pictures of Mother Mary. And the inscription was just tie it where you feel here. I believe, and when I do that, it works. And now we have our own. I am very proud of you. Keep it up. Yes, I'm an old age. You people must help us. Publicize it. I wanted, yes. Let us have our normal Mother Mary to sing apparitions all over the place. What else do we need as a priest? And this young woman, her courage is laudable.
Thank you very much.
The regular caller, and thank you. We appreciate your contribution.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, come. Good evening. Good evening, Father.
Good evening, sir. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. My name is I thought of you. Exactly. Please, I have a question, but before that question, I am a religious person because I go to church. I am a Catholic. That's by the way. My question is, 7 later, as a learned scholar, and this is who you are, based on history and theory, is the Mother Mary, is he a light skin or dark skinned woman when she was on earth? Likewise, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, is it a light skin, dark skin? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I like that question.
Thank you very much. Trying to know the complexion of the Blessed Mother Mary.
And again, does in the spirituality, is the complexion a factor in spiritual power? Hello, good evening.
Good evening, all of you.
Good evening, our man.
Reverend Padam Gurusu.
You're welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Mr. Gabriel, you're
Good
welcome.
evening. Dear sister, good evening, my sister.
Good evening, sir.
Courage. The other Reverend Father, good evening, sir. I'm Gabriel and I'm calling from Isoko, Onitsha local government area of Ebonyi State. This is a wonderful and a controversial presentation. Controversial in the area that people will call in and begin to say that our sister is directing us to worship idols. That is not true. Go to the Old Testament, Leviticus, Numbers, and many others. A lot of cultural art adornment was placed in the temple for the beautification of the temple. We are not worshiping image here in Catholic denomination. They are not worshiping image. Our direction, as Mary did in Galilee, where they went for traditional wedding, they directed the disciples to Jesus Christ. Our direction is to Jesus Christ. But all those cultural art is to remind us. I am very, very much happy for one thing. I have the grace to go to school. And I have the grace to teach. There are a lot of things that people misconstrue concerning Mary. Mary is the mother of the world. She is the mother of God who came in flesh, who went through the process that he went through to be born into this world. My sister, it is a gift given to you. Cultural art, fine art, structure, they go interwoven. Bring all these things so that we can put it in our museum, where we can go and do research and attract people from outside to come and visit that place. In fact, I have never in the history read about people who are educated more than the Catholic members, especially those who have sacrificed their life as reverend fathers, have sacrificed their life as married, have sacrificed their life as reverend sisters, and the monks. They did a lot of things. Culturally, culture is not a way of worshiping idols, not an idolatry. When the children of Israel begin to go work and do evil before God, God will tell them that you are now going away from my commandment. When the Catholic is going out from the commandment, I, Gabriel, and I will call on this radio and tell them that you are going astray. And they are not going astray. They are bringing also the limelight to differentiate between idol worshiping and so on. Thank you very much. And God bless sister. Study more. Study more.
Thank you so
Study more.
much. Thank you so much. He's our regular caller and he has been encouraging us.
And
Mr. Daniel is not a Catholic yet. His contributions are wonderful.
and he's not a Catholic.
Thank you so
Just
much.
like I did with the
Yeah. So,
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, friends.
Good evening.
My name is Ezege. I'm calling from Acharia,
Ezege, you're welcome to the program.
the studio. To ask one question. I think we all believe in the Holy Bible, and I believe the Holy Bible is the constitution of the world. When we see something we're supposed to do and something we're not supposed to do. If God is a question, make it clear and use it as a command. The command is, you don't have the choice. Say, don't make any image, whether it is the level, whether it is the age. Don't make any image. I think that instruction is what to be kept. Whether it is the reverence, whether it is the worshiping. But where I get my worry is that everybody gives a command, says, don't make that image. Why did you go on to make that image? That is my focus.
No, wait. wait. I have a question for you.
Thank you so much.
No,
Thank you.
sometimes we are in a discussion.
No.
No,
Sister
sister
will
will
respond to
Yeah,
this.
because look, I said, when I'm lifted up, I shall draw honor to myself.
Yeah.
So the unity of image is not what we're saying about which one is image we're talking about. Just to make a distinction. So that we are discussing. Bishop said we should discuss it. Colossians 091 6059 091 6049 not be a sister too many questions because sister cannot die because she has to
Yes.
we are all Christians.
We accept you.
091 6049 because sister, maybe while waiting for the color to come in, maybe you refer that to the last question.
The last question. But I think.
Yeah, we can start from the beginning. The way you want it.
Okay. Something about the
Whichever.
Respond.
okay, I'm responding
You're
to.
not a chemical.
Sorry. Don't make any image. At the same time, in Numbers, a bronze serpent was made, and the people were told to look up to it and be saved. So I think it's still an image. Like Father said, it depends on how, on the approach
An image.
one uses. Yes, on the image.
Okay, let's take this color, please.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Yeah, my name is Peter. I'm calling from Abakaliki.
Oh, Peter, you're welcome.
Come and drive.
It's been a long time. I just stumbled on your program. I just tuned in. I thought it ended. I can't contribute anything because I don't know what you're talking about. All the best. Darling.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Oh,
Peter.
just, yeah, boys.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah.
091 6049 5945 and 091 6049 Make it snappy to the point. We're talking about Mary and the
Second images and acts as windows of encounter with the divine.
So, sister, continue with your explanation because let's take this color. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. Good evening.
I'm Chidera calling from Abakaliki.
Go ahead.
Okay. My question is, I don't understand between Holy Bible and the other one they say is good news. They go in case there are things that there's something that is in good news that is not in what's the difference? And Catholic people are using the other one. They say that one is. So I want to know, is there any difference between the Bibles we are using or what?
Okay, thank you.
Different types of Bibles.
But the central message in the Bible is the good news about God and salvation. So that's called the good news.
He's looking for a particular version of the Bible.
Let's come to that. But I know that everything about the Bible is good news. It's about God and salvation about God. Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Crown Prince. I know my boss back. Here, sister.
Yes.
I don't know whether you have done in answering my question because I want to get this thing right.
We'll come to that.
we are coming
We'll come
to
to
that.
that. Come to that. It's okay.
Add something so that you clear them once. Please, this image that was made in the place of snake, I think it's an express order by Jesus Christ. Is there any clear and express order that gives our people to create all these images here and there as in the day of that day of serpent? Is there any express order apart from that serpent order? Thank you.
You just mentioned. Okay, you just mentioned that we were instructed not to make an image at all. And at the same time, you are equally saying that the image that was made was related to Jesus. I think you are contradicting your talk and your question.
And interesting, it is a serpent.
Yes, but he is relating it to Jesus.
No, I'm saying that even
And it's a serpent, so you are just contradicting the question.
Hello,
you
good
just
evening.
asked.
Good evening. Hello. Hello. I think you are having network connection again. Calls on 091 6059 45. So this call is not coming through. Hello, good evening. Hello. Good evening.
Another question I have.
Make sure your questions are grounded on the discussion. Don't take us out of the discussion. I won't don't allow that. Please. Hello, good evening.
That's Gabriel and back. I'm coming with the question now.
Yes, go ahead.
Sister, my question. You are in research and you are creative work. If you people for occupational therapy, that is making those that are difficult to be happy. That is my question.
Thank you very much. You're asking whether ask here.
Okay. Yes. I think even on the day of exhibition, some people were healed. People were excited. People were so happy. People felt the presence of a mother, looking at the image that looks so realistic and integrated in our cultural identity. And even the color of the fabric apparel that is green and orange, I think they saw the reason to be happy and to be healed because of the color, because of the presence of a mother figure, because of the presence of an image or a symbol that is portraying a mother figure and a mother of Jesus that has come in our midst. Some people were so happy, and since after that day they've been commending and they expressed their happiness. So I think they're already healed, and I am equally healed because I've been worried.
Okay.
Since I saw her exhibited, I think I'm a bit settled and healed.
Can you now respond to other questions?
Okay, the first one, talking about the light skin or dark color. I was opportune to attend a conference in Kigali, Rwanda. I think that was a few weeks ago. And Archbishop Fortunatus, we are talking about the apparition of Our Lady of Kideo. So Archbishop Fortunatus asked the cardinal, what was the color of Mary of Kideo? So the reaction from the cardinal was that the artist was asking the person that saw the vision the color of the woman she saw. The person told the artist that she wasn't dark, she wasn't fair, she wasn't very white. That is the combination of different skin tone colors of different races. That was the answer. So that the most important thing is that she is beautiful. But talking about Mary, her original color as a Jewish is not white. It's not very dark. She is in between, more of a cappuccino color palette.
And because we have 2 minutes to round up, sister, what is can you go to the point?
Just finish up.
I've answered.
Do you have questions remaining?
No, there's no other
Okay,
question.
so let me just come in with the Catholic Bible. Catholic Bible has 73 books, 46 in the Old Testament and 27 in the New Testament. While most the Bibles of our separated brethren, they have 66 books. The difference is in the Old Testament. Catholics include 7 canonical books. They include Tobit, Judith, Wisdom, Sirach of Ecclesiasticus, Baruch, First Maccabees and Second Maccabees, plus longer versions of Esther and Daniel. These were part of the Greek Septuagint used by early Christians and were affirmed by the Catholic Church. And then Protestants generally follow the later Hebrew canon, and they treat these books as the Apocrypha. They are edifying but not canonical. So the New Testament is identical in both traditions. So the discrepancies are not much, just that we have an extra 7 books added to the Old Testament. Not necessarily addition, because there are so many books written, but then canonization means accepting these books and making them, universal. Why Catholics, insist on 46 in the Old Testament. The other ones, they do not agree with the lady. I think they ended with 39. That's the discrepancy. Yeah. On that note, we come to the end of today's program. And before we go, sister, what advice do you have for the people listening to you? And what personal prayer or intention do you hold for all those who encounter Our Lady, Queen of Nigeria, through this image?
Okay, 1 minute.
The advice is we should learn how to believe and stop doubting. And I advise those who pray for the intercession of Mary that all the good heart desires will be granted.
Thank you very much. It has been a wonderful program this evening, and it has been a wonderful moment with you, Sister Mary Lucy Oku Owulu, Daughters of Mary, Mother of Mercy. And she is a sculptor, a researcher, and an exhibiting artist known for her work in inculturated sacred art. Sister, thank you very much.
Thank
and
you very much,
congratulations on the successful convocation of people from all over on Saturday. Thank you so much. And a special thanks to our Bishop, Most Reverend CVC Onaga, the Bishop of Enugu Diocese, and to his auxiliary, Most Reverend Ernest Obodo. Thank you so much. And to our dear Communication Director, Very Reverend Father Anthony Aneke. Thank you so much for coming around. And special thanks to all of you. My name is Reverend Father Ambrose of Odelo, Priest Director, Radio Maria Nigeria, Enugu. Signing out. Meet you again next week, same time, same station. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Father. And of course,
I'm sure that name is Sister Okuowulu.
Okuowulu,
Yes.
yes.
And I'm getting it
Yes,
right.
yes.
I had
Okuowulu,
to
Sister
correct
Okuowulu.
it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for getting the correction.
you know,
Next week, Monday, is another edition of Christian
Yes.
Faith, and you'll get it. And thank you for listening.
thank you very much because for making it known for them.
Mm-hmm.
This time I'll be sending the name.
God bless
So look at it when the next Monday will be here. Thank you
Thank
very much.
you so much.
Thank you.